The Akashic Records, Unlocking the Hidden Fields of Knowledge by James R. Sterling. Introduction, The Hidden Field of Knowledge. Imagine a vast, invisible library, one that holds the entire history of your soul, every thought, every experience, and every possibility recorded in an infinite field of knowledge. What if this library wasn't just a mystical concept, but a real accessible source of insight that could guide you toward deeper self-awareness and transformation? This is the idea behind the Akashic Records, an ancient concept that has intrigued philosophers, mystics, and seekers for centuries. Described as the energetic archive of all human experiences, past, present, and potential future, the records are often linked to spiritual traditions, yet they also have intriguing parallels in quantum physics and the collective unconscious. Some believe they are woven into the very fabric of existence, acting as a blueprint of the soul's journey. But let's clear up a common misconception. The Akashic Records are not a fortune-telling tool. They don't offer fixed, unchangeable destinies. Instead, they provide a way to understand your patterns, lessons, and highest potential, helping you make more empowered choices in life. Accessing this field isn't about seeing an inevitable future. It's about aligning with the best version of yourself and the paths that lead to growth and fulfillment. Throughout history, spiritual traditions have described the Akasha as the underlying energy field from which all things emerge. Today, modern thinkers see fascinating links between this ancient idea and theories in quantum physics, such as the zero-point field and the holographic universe. Whether approached from a mystical or scientific perspective, the idea remains the same. There is more to reality than what we can perceive with the five senses. In this audiobook, we'll explore what the Akashic Records are, how they function, and how you can tap into their wisdom. By the end, you'll have a deeper understanding of this hidden field of knowledge and how it can help you navigate life with clarity, intention, and purpose. The records are always there, waiting to be accessed. Are you ready to unlock them? Chapter 1. Ancient Wisdom and the Akashic Records. Long before the term Akashic Records became widely known, ancient cultures spoke of a vast unseen realm that held the knowledge of all things. In Vedic philosophy, this was called Akasha, meaning ether or space, the fundamental substance of existence, where all information is stored. Hindu sages believed that everything in the universe, from thoughts to actions, left an energetic imprint in this vast field of consciousness. Centuries later, the idea of a universal memory field resurfaced in theosophy, a mystical movement in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Madame Helena Blavatsky, a Russian spiritual teacher, and later Rudolf Steiner, a philosopher and clairvoyant, spoke of the Akashic Records as a cosmic database that could be accessed by those with heightened spiritual awareness. They described it as a non-physical realm where past, present, and even future events were imprinted like an eternal record. But perhaps one of the most famous figures associated with the Akashic Records was Edgar Cayce, often called the Sleeping Prophet. Cayce, an American psychic in the early 1900s, would enter a deep meditative state and provide detailed readings on people's past lives, health conditions, and life purposes. When asked how he obtained this information, he claimed to access the Book of Life, his term for the Akashic Records. His insights, which often revealed past life influences on present circumstances, fueled widespread interest in this mystical concept. In modern times, spiritual teachers like Deepak Chopra, Dolores Cannon, and Linda Howe have continued to explore the Akashic field, offering methods for accessing it through meditation, hypnosis, and altered states of consciousness. Their teachings suggest that the records are not a static library, but a dynamic, ever-evolving field of consciousness that interacts with human intention. From ancient sages to contemporary mystics, the Akashic Records have been seen as a bridge between the known and the unknown, a source of wisdom that, if understood, can offer profound insight into the patterns, choices, and possibilities that shape our lives. But how do these records actually work? What makes them accessible? In the next chapter, we'll explore the science behind this field of knowledge and how modern theories may provide new ways to understand an ancient mystery. Chapter 2. The Science of the Akasha. For centuries, the Akashic Records have been described as an ethereal, invisible realm of knowledge. But could science provide a framework for understanding this ancient concept? Surprisingly, modern physics and consciousness studies offer fascinating parallels that might explain how such a vast field of information could exist. One of the most compelling connections comes from quantum physics, particularly the idea of the zero-point field. This is a concept in quantum mechanics that suggests space is not empty, but filled with a sea of fluctuating energy, what some scientists call the quantum vacuum. Some researchers believe this field may act as a vast information storage system, much like the Akashic Records, containing the imprints of everything that has ever happened. But if such a field exists, how do we access it? Neuroscience suggests that the brain is more like a receiver than a storage unit. Studies on intuition, memory, and non-local consciousness indicate that the human mind may be capable of tapping into information beyond what is immediately available to the five senses. Some experiments in remote viewing and telepathy suggest that thoughts and knowledge may not be confined to the individual brain, but exist in an interconnected web of consciousness. The holographic universe theory, proposed by physicist David Bohm, adds another layer to this idea. According to this theory, the entire universe functions like a hologram, where every part contains the whole. If this is true, then all information, past, present, and future, exists everywhere simultaneously. This aligns with the Akashic concept that knowledge is imprinted in the fabric of reality and can be accessed through expanded awareness. Another challenge to our conventional understanding of time comes from Einstein's theory of relativity and quantum entanglement, both of which suggest that time may not be as linear as we perceive it. If past, present, and future all exist simultaneously, as some physicists speculate, then it becomes easier to grasp the idea that the Akashic Records contain all experiences, not in a chronological order, but as an ever-present, interconnected field of knowledge. While mainstream science has yet to fully validate the Akashic Records, emerging research in quantum physics, consciousness studies, and information theory continues to hint at the possibility of a universal field of knowledge. Could it be that ancient mystics and modern scientists are describing the same phenomenon in different languages? In the next chapter, we'll explore how these records might actually work, what they store, how they can be accessed, and why they might be more real than we ever imagined. Chapter 3. How the Akashic Records work. The Akashic Records are often described as a cosmic library, a vast energetic archive where every thought, action, and intention is recorded. But how does this unseen record-keeping system actually function? To understand, we must first explore the vibrational structure of reality itself. Everything in existence operates on frequency and vibration. Science confirms that energy never disappears, it only transforms. Ancient wisdom teaches that human experiences, emotions, and intentions create subtle energy imprints. These energetic patterns are stored within the Akashic field, much like footprints in wet sand, except these impressions are not bound by time and space. Personal versus collective records. Each individual has a personal Akashic record, a unique vibrational imprint that carries the soul's history, lessons, and experiences across lifetimes. This includes past choices, karmic patterns, and potential future outcomes based on current trajectories. Some spiritual traditions suggest that this record follows a soul throughout different incarnations, serving as a roadmap for its evolution. Beyond individual records, there exists a collective Akashic record, encompassing the memories, knowledge, and experiences of humanity as a whole. Think of it as a universal database containing the collective wisdom of every civilization, every idea ever conceived, and every soul's journey intertwined into a greater cosmic intelligence. Some believe this is where visionaries, inventors, and mystics tap into ideas beyond their own lived experience, receiving knowledge that feels almost divinely inspired. Timelines, past lives, and parallel realities. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Akashic Records is the concept of timelines and past lives. If time is not linear, as suggested by both mystical traditions and quantum physics, then all versions of the self across different lifetimes may be accessible within this energetic field. This means that by accessing the records, one may gain insights into their soul's previous incarnations, karmic lessons, and unresolved patterns that still influence their current life. The records don't just contain past information, they also hold potential futures. Because our choices shape what's ahead, the Akashic Field contains probable outcomes based on the energy and intentions we carry today. However, nothing is set in stone. The future is fluid, and accessing the records doesn't provide rigid predictions, but rather glimpses of possibilities, allowing us to make empowered choices that align with our highest path. For those who explore deeper, some believe the Akashic Records also hold information on parallel realities, alternate versions of ourselves that exist based on the infinite choices we could have made. These realities existing beyond our ordinary perception may offer insights into different versions of life paths, showing us how even small shifts in thinking or action can drastically alter our experience. Understanding how the Akashic Records work is the first step in learning how to access them. In the next chapter, we'll explore altered states of consciousness and techniques used throughout history to tap into this field of wisdom. Whether through meditation, hypnosis, or deep states of intuition, the doorway to the Akashic Records is closer than you might think. Chapter 4. Accessing the Akashic Records through altered states. If the Akashic Records are an energetic archive of all knowledge and experience, how do we access them? The answer lies in altered states of consciousness, shifting from everyday awareness into a deeper, more receptive state where intuition, inner vision, and energetic impressions become clearer. Throughout history, different cultures and spiritual traditions have developed techniques to access divine wisdom. From the meditative practices of Eastern mystics to the deep prayer states of Christian mystics, from the shamanic journeying of indigenous cultures to the hypnotic regression techniques of modern spiritual practitioners, altered states have long been the key to transcending ordinary perception. How the mind unlocks the Akashic Field. The Akashic Records are believed to exist beyond linear time and the physical senses, meaning they can't be accessed in a typical waking state. Instead, the brain must shift into a relaxed, receptive state, often associated with alpha or theta brainwaves, the same state we experience just before sleep or in deep meditation. There are many pathways to accessing the records, but some of the most effective include meditation. Deep relaxation and visualization help quiet the analytical mind, allowing intuitive impressions to come through. Self-hypnosis or guided hypnosis. This can help bypass conscious resistance and access deeper levels of awareness. Automatic writing, entering a semi-trance state and allowing thoughts to flow freely onto paper can serve as a channel for Akashic insights. Trance and breathwork. Some traditions use rhythmic breathing, drumming, or movement to shift into an altered state. Prayer and intention setting. Many believe simply asking to access the Akashic Records with a clear, respectful intention can open the gateway. Signs you're tapping into the Akashic Field. Different people experience the records in different ways. Some may receive visual impressions, like symbolic images, past life scenes, or colors. Others may have a strong inner knowing, a sudden, profound understanding that feels more like a memory than new information. Some hear auditory messages, while others experience emotional shifts or even physical sensations, like tingling or warmth. You don't have to be psychic to access the Akashic Records. The key is to remain open, curious, and receptive while practicing techniques that help quiet the logical mind. A beginner-friendly method to enter the Akashic state. For those new to this experience, here's a simple way to start. Find a quiet space. Sit comfortably in a space where you won't be disturbed. Dim lighting and soft background music can help. Set an intention. Silently or aloud, state your desire to access the Akashic Records for insight, guidance, or self-discovery. Enter a meditative state. Take slow, deep breaths, relaxing your body and mind. Imagine yourself surrounded by light. Visualize an entryway. Many people find it helpful to picture themselves walking into a vast library, a sacred temple, or a glowing field of energy. Ask a clear question. Formulate a specific question, such as, what past experiences are shaping my current challenges? Observe what comes. Pay attention to any words, images, feelings, or thoughts that arise, no matter how subtle. Write down insights. After the session, jot down any impressions you received. Even if they don't make sense immediately, patterns may emerge over time. Accessing the Akashic Records isn't about forcing visions or expecting immediate clarity. It's about learning to trust the information that flows through and deepening your connection over time. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these records can be used not just for insight, but for transformation, helping you align your life with the highest version of yourself. Chapter 5. Messages from the Records. What can you learn? If the Akashic Records truly hold the energetic imprints of every soul's journey, what kind of wisdom can they offer? Many who access the records report receiving profound insights about their life path, past experiences, karmic lessons, and even potential futures. But how do these messages come through, and how can you tell the difference between real guidance and your own imagination? What kind of information is stored in the Akashic Records? The records are said to contain limitless information, but those who access them tend to receive insights in a few key areas. Your soul's purpose and life path. Many people seek the Akashic Records when they feel lost or unfulfilled, hoping to uncover a deeper sense of direction. The records may reveal strengths, talents, and the themes you are meant to explore in this lifetime. Lessons from past lives. The records can show how past incarnations influence your present reality, including repeating patterns, relationships, and unresolved challenges. Karmic imprints and healing opportunities. Some challenges we face stem from energetic imprints, karmic lessons that need to be acknowledged and released. The records can highlight what still needs to be healed, forgiven, or completed. Guidance on life decisions. While the Akashic Records don't predict the future, they can offer guidance on which choices are most aligned with your highest path. Rather than telling you what to do, the records reveal energetic patterns and possibilities based on your current trajectory. How do these messages come through? Everyone experiences the records differently. Some people see visual imagery, like symbolic scenes, colors, or flashes of past life memories. Others receive direct knowing, where information simply drops in with absolute clarity. Some experience energetic downloads, where an overwhelming sense of understanding washes over them, while others receive symbolic messages like numbers, words, or recurring themes. It's important to understand that accessing the Akashic Records is rarely like watching a movie or receiving perfectly structured messages. The information is often subtle, impressionistic, and symbolic, requiring trust and reflection to interpret. How to discern true guidance versus imagination. One of the most common concerns people have when working with the Akashic Records is, am I just making this up? While discernment takes time and practice, here are a few ways to distinguish real guidance from mental projections. True guidance feels neutral, clear, and expansive. It doesn't push an agenda or stir strong emotional reactions. It simply presents information. It often comes as an unexpected insight. You may receive a message that feels completely new or different from what you expected. The messages are often simple yet deeply meaningful. Unlike the chaotic thoughts of the mind, Akashic insights tend to be straightforward, precise, and insightful. You feel a deep inner resonance. When a message is real, it often comes with a sense of knowing that lingers even after your session. Confirmation follows. You may start noticing synchronicities, repeated symbols, messages in conversations, or experiences that reinforce what you received in the records. Ultimately, the more you trust and work with the records, the clearer the messages become. The key is not to force visions or doubt every impression, but to allow information to unfold naturally. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to use the Akashic Records not just for insight, but for manifestation and co-creation, aligning your life with the highest possibilities available to you. Chapter 6, the Akashic Records and Healing. The Akashic Records are often described as a vast, energetic library of every soul's journey. But beyond providing insight, the records can also be a powerful tool for healing, helping to release emotional wounds, karmic patterns, and limiting beliefs that hold us back. When we tap into the wisdom of the Akasha, we don't just gain knowledge, we gain the ability to transform. How the Akashic Records support healing. Many people turn to the records during times of emotional distress, confusion, or stagnation. The messages received often point to deep-seated patterns, past experiences, and subconscious blocks that need to be acknowledged and released. Healing through the Akashic Records isn't about erasing the past. It's about understanding it from a higher perspective and freeing ourselves from the cycles that no longer serve us. Karmic patterns and unresolved trauma. In the Akashic field, energy doesn't disappear, it imprints. This means that unresolved emotions, fears, and beliefs can carry over not just from earlier life experiences, but potentially from past lifetimes as well. If you've ever struggled with recurring challenges, relationships that feel familiar yet dysfunctional, unexplained fears, or persistent self-sabotage, there may be a deeper energetic root. Through the records, many people have discovered past life wounds influencing present struggles. For example, a fear of public speaking could stem from a past life experience of persecution for speaking out. Inherited ancestral trauma, unresolved pain from previous generations can manifest as limiting beliefs about money, love, or self-worth. Repetitive emotional cycles. Seeing the patterns from a higher perspective allows for conscious release and transformation. Healing the inner child and ancestral energy. One of the most profound ways to use the Akashic Records for healing is inner child work, addressing past wounds and unmet emotional needs. Many of our limiting beliefs originate in childhood, and revisiting those moments with Akashic awareness allows for deep compassion and energetic rewiring. Similarly, ancestral healing through the records can help release the inherited burdens we carry. If your family has experienced patterns of scarcity, trauma, or disempowerment, working in the records can bring awareness and break the cycle. How practitioners use the Akashic Records for energy healing. Some energy healers access the records to help pinpoint energetic imbalances and facilitate deep healing. Techniques may include releasing energetic cords from past relationships, clearing outdated soul contracts that are limiting growth, realigning chakras and energy fields with higher frequencies, receiving guidance on optimal health and well-being. Moving forward with healing. The Akashic Records remind us that we are not bound by our past. Healing is always possible. Whether you access the records on your own or work with a practitioner, the insights gained can help you break free from old wounds and step into a new level of clarity and empowerment. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to use the Akashic Records for manifestation and co-creation, aligning your life with the highest possibilities available to you. Chapter 7. Manifesting with the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are often seen as a place of wisdom and healing, but they're also a powerful tool for manifestation. By aligning with the highest possibilities available to us, we can use the insights from the records to shift limiting beliefs, clear energetic blocks, and take inspired action toward the life we truly desire. Manifestation in the Akashic field. Everything that exists, past, present, and potential futures, is recorded in the Akashic field. When we access the records, we are not just observers of what has been, we are also connecting with what can be. The key to manifestation through the Akashic Records is understanding that we are co-creators of our reality, and by aligning with our highest timeline, we can step into a future where our desires are realized. Shifting thought patterns and energy blocks. Manifestation isn't just about wishful thinking, it's about clearing resistance and reprogramming subconscious beliefs that keep us stuck. If you've ever tried to manifest something and felt like you were blocked, the records can help uncover why. Common manifestation blocks that the records reveal include deep-rooted fears of success or failure, karmic patterns that create repeating cycles, unconscious limiting beliefs about worthiness and abundance. By bringing these to the surface, the Akashic Records help us reframe our narratives and release energetic blocks, allowing us to shift into a frequency that naturally attracts what we seek. Aligning with your highest timeline. Your highest timeline is the version of your life where you are most aligned with your soul's purpose, joy, and fulfillment. The Akashic Records provide insights into how to step into this reality by guiding you toward inspired actions that accelerate growth, decisions that lead to the most fulfilling outcomes, energetic shifts that bring you into resonance with abundance. Visualization and quantum manifestation. The power of visualization is amplified when working with the Akashic Records. Rather than just picturing a goal, you are tapping into an actual energetic possibility, one that already exists in the field. A simple technique: Enter a relaxed state and visualize accessing the Akashic Records. Ask to be shown the version of yourself who has already achieved what you desire. Observe their energy, actions, and mindset. Integrate these qualities into your present reality. This practice helps to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be, aligning your energy with the timeline that supports your goals. The balance between divine guidance and free will. One of the most important aspects of manifestation through the Akashic Records is understanding that while the records provide divine insight, you are the creator of your reality. The records may reveal potentials, but it's your choices, mindset, and actions that bring them into existence. By working with the Akashic field, you are not simply waiting for things to happen. You are aligning, taking action, and consciously creating. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to make the Akashic Records a part of your daily life, using them for ongoing guidance, reflection, and personal growth. Chapter 8. The Ethical Approach to the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records hold profound wisdom, but like any spiritual tool, they must be approached with intention, integrity, and respect. While the records provide insights into your soul's path, they are not a means of control, prediction, or interference in the lives of others. Understanding the ethics of accessing the records ensures that you work with this knowledge in a way that is empowering, responsible, and aligned with higher consciousness. Why intention matters. Before accessing the Akashic Records, it's important to ask yourself, why am I seeking this information? Am I looking for guidance, or am I trying to control an outcome? Am I using this knowledge to grow, or am I looking for an easy answer? The records exist to provide clarity and insight, not shortcuts or guarantees. They are meant to help you expand your awareness, align with your highest path, and make empowered decisions, not to escape challenges or avoid personal responsibility. A pure intention ensures that the guidance you receive is aligned with your highest good and not clouded by ego, fear, or wishful thinking. Seeking guidance only for yourself. One of the most important ethical principles of Akashic work is that you should only access the records for yourself or with direct permission. The records of another person are theirs alone. Seeking access without their knowledge or consent is a violation of spiritual integrity. The Akashic field is based on free will. Even when working with your own records, you will not be given information that would manipulate, control, or override personal choice. If you are an Akashic practitioner offering readings, your role is to serve as a guide, not a fortune teller. The best readings empower others to make their own choices rather than rely on predictions. The limitations of Akashic work. While the records provide profound wisdom, they are not a replacement for personal effort, self-reflection, or real-world action. The records won't give you direct yes, no answers or tell you exactly what to do. They offer possibilities, perspectives, and energetic insights. They don't eliminate challenges, but they can help you understand the deeper meaning behind them and offer guidance on how to navigate them. The records won't predict the future because the future is not fixed. You are always creating your reality through your choices and energy. Approaching the records with humility and discernment ensures that you don't rely on them as an external authority, but instead use them as a tool for personal empowerment. Responsible interpretation and application. Once you receive insights from the Akashic Records, it's essential to apply them constructively and with discernment. Don't take everything at face value. Sometimes messages come through symbolically rather than literally. Reflect on the guidance and how it aligns with your intuition and logic. Be mindful of how you share Akashic insights with others. Your experience is personal, and what resonates for you may not apply to everyone. Balance Akashic wisdom with practical action. The records offer direction, but you must still take steps in the physical world to manifest results. By honoring these ethical principles, you ensure that your work with the Akashic Records remains pure, constructive, and aligned with the highest good. In the final chapter, we'll explore how to make the Akashic Records a lifelong practice, using them as an ongoing source of wisdom, clarity, and spiritual evolution. Chapter 9. Strengthening your connection over time. The Akashic Records are not just a mystical concept to be accessed once and forgotten. They are an ongoing source of guidance, insight, and deep personal growth. Just like any skill, The more you engage with the records, the clearer and more natural your connection becomes. With regular practice, you'll begin to notice how the wisdom of the records subtly integrates into your daily life, through synchronicities, intuitive nudges, and a deeper sense of inner knowing. Developing a consistent practice. Strengthening your connection to the Akashic Records isn't about accessing them every day in a structured way. Instead, it's about creating a lifestyle of awareness, openness, and alignment with higher wisdom. Some simple ways to develop consistency include setting an intention before meditation. Even if you're not actively entering the records, affirming that you are open to divine insights can create subtle shifts. Journaling reflections after each session. Over time, you'll start recognizing patterns and receiving guidance more clearly. Trusting subtle insights. Not every message will feel like a grand revelation. Often, Akashic wisdom comes through small thoughts, gut feelings, or dreams. Enhancing your intuition and sensitivity. Your ability to access the records is deeply connected to your intuition and energetic awareness. Strengthening this sensitivity makes your interactions with the Akashic field even more profound. Some practices that help include mindfulness and presence. Being fully present in each moment sharpens awareness and makes it easier to notice when intuitive messages arise. Energy work. Practices like Reiki, breath work, or working with your chakras help attune you to subtle frequencies. Dream work. The Akashic field often communicates through dreams. Keeping a dream journal helps identify symbolic messages. Creative expression. Art, music, or even free writing can serve as intuitive channels for higher knowledge. Recognizing synchronicities and intuitive nudges. The more you work with the Akashic Records, the more you'll see confirmation in your daily life. Synchronistic events, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random, often serve as signs that you're on the right path. Pay attention to repeating themes, hearing the same phrase, seeing the same number patterns, or encountering the same ideas from multiple sources. Notice when opportunities unexpectedly align, such as meeting the right person at the right time or stumbling upon the exact information you need. Trust intuitive nudges. Sometimes a deep knowing tells you to go somewhere, take a particular action, or pay attention to something specific. These synchronicities are affirmations that you're in tune with the wisdom of the records, even when you're not consciously accessing them. Deepening your connection through gratitude and openness. Just like any spiritual practice, gratitude enhances your relationship with the Akashic field. The more grateful you are for the insights you receive, the stronger and clearer the connection becomes. After accessing the records, take a moment to thank the field for the guidance. Even if you don't immediately understand the message, stay open to how wisdom arrives. Sometimes answers don't come in the way we expect, but they always come in the way we need. Release pressure. There's no right or wrong way to work with the records. Approach it with curiosity rather than expectation. By cultivating these habits, you allow the Akashic Records to become a natural, integrated part of your journey, one that continuously evolves and deepens over time. As you move forward, remember that your connection to this wisdom is always available. The more you trust it, the more it will reveal itself to you. Conclusion: the Akashic Records as a bridge between science and spirituality. Throughout history, the Akashic Records have been described as a vast, unseen field of knowledge, holding the imprints of every thought, action, and possibility. At first, this might seem like an abstract spiritual concept, but as we've explored, it has striking parallels with modern science, from the quantum field to the holographic nature of the universe. Whether we approach the records through mysticism or physics, the common thread remains. Consciousness is far more expansive than we've been taught. A universal source of wisdom. One of the most powerful takeaways is that the Akashic Records are not a mystical archive locked away from human access. They are a living, breathing field of information that we are all inherently connected to. Every time you experience deep intuition, an unexplainable knowing, or a synchronistic event that seems to guide your path, you are tuning into this infinite intelligence. The records are not just about past lives or future possibilities. They are about the present moment, helping you understand your soul's path, clear limiting patterns, and align with your highest potential. They serve as a bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. your personal journey into the Akashic field. While countless spiritual texts, teachers, and scientific studies attempt to explain the nature of the records, the most important discoveries come from your own experience. No single method, belief system, or framework holds the complete truth. Only your direct connection to this knowledge will reveal what resonates for you. Trust your insights. The wisdom that comes through is meant for you. Stay curious. The more you explore, the more you'll uncover. Remain open. The Akashic Records speak in many forms, from dreams to synchronicities to deep inner knowing. The final thought. The Akashic Records are not something separate from you. They are not just a library of universal wisdom. They are a reflection of the intelligence you are already connected to. You don't have to search outside yourself for answers. The guidance you seek is already within. The only question that remains is, are you ready to listen? Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery. If you found value in today's content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more empowering audiobooks and insights. Make sure to check the description below for more information, links to our other content, and ways to stay connected with us. Your journey within starts here. Let's grow together. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and stay inspired.